Waking Up to Serenity, Unlocking the Door to Emotional Sobriety by Angelo. Chapter 1, Introduction. This book is not intended to be an alternative to 12-step recovery literature. The chapters that follow should only be read once you've been taken through the 12-step program of recovery with a sponsor in your particular fellowship. Once we have been through the steps, many of us in recovery have been blessed with long periods of abstinence from physical addiction, but we often continue to be plagued by old patterns of thinking and emotional reaction. These instinctive ways of coping with life can cause us problems and consequences, even though we are sober. An often quoted phrase in Alcoholics Anonymous is, "I came for my drinking, but stayed for my thinking." The solution to alcoholism is not just staying away from a drink one day at a time. Addiction is a holistic condition, and although abstinence is necessary and can bring some short-term benefit, there is far more to recovery than simply avoiding the temptation to indulge in our drug of choice, whatever that may be. We need to undergo a profound change in our coping strategies and ways of thinking in order to experience happy and long-lasting sobriety. This transformation in thinking and emotional reaction comes about through what is known as a spiritual awakening, or, if you prefer, a psychic change. This is the sole purpose of the 12-step recovery process. Yet there are many who work through the program with a sponsor but continue to suffer. Bill Wilson himself admits in his book, As Bill Sees It, page 91, that, quote, "We are only operating a spiritual kindergarten in which people are enabled to get over drinking and find the grace to go on living to better effect." Close quote. The implication of a spiritual kindergarten is that there are many more stages of development open to us if we are willing to pursue them. One of the many traps in recovery is to experience a psychic change sufficient to remain sober, but then to stay at that level. We deny ourselves the opportunity of further growth in favour of holding on to our old ideas and habits. This self-imposed restriction is very difficult to shift, unless the consequences become too uncomfortable to bear. The solution is to remain willing to continue the process of change beyond what seems to be the immediate necessity. This inevitably requires an attitude of open-mindedness, because we tend to resist any new ideas that do not conform to our pre-existing worldview. Herein lies the challenge of trying to carry the message of recovery. The wisdom will only resonate with those who are willing to hear it. This book is intended to move beyond the spiritual kindergarten phase and to present ideas and explanations that will help with further progress in recovery. You will find here an approach to the higher power which encompasses all spiritual traditions and beliefs, and also an exploration of the generic practices which bring about the desired awakening of your own spirituality. As our psychic change broadens and deepens, so the old patterns fall away. What emerges is the elusive quality of serenity, which we often pray for but rarely experience. This serene and contented way of being in this world is what is known as emotional sobriety. The chapters that follow will provide you with the keys that unlock the door to the serenity which is already present deep within you.